You are watching a rip-off version of Hot Ones with Beer League hockey players. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we are joined with beer leaguers Scott Astley and James Whitaker. So before we get started, how are you guys with hot foods?
Generally, I would say good until we start having them and we'll find out.
Yeah.
I think my nose is starting to bleed already. So.
Right.
I'm a little scared actually right now.
Are we going from right to left here?
Yeah, if you start with the really dark red one, you've gone the wrong direction.
Okay.
Okay.
Why does it look like blood already? I mean, is that?
Yeah, and so then you work your way across, and then we hit the green ones, and then we hit the red ones.
So are you already? Are we into the show?
We're recording.
All right,
yeah.
we're on.
We're recording.
Well, first things first. Before we do any of this, we should probably cheers and try that Rogue Dead Guy.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's
So
just,
unofficial sponsorship tonight by Rogue Dead Guy Whiskey,
Nice.
gentlemen. Well, that's not bad.
Oh, that's different.
It's got an interesting aftertaste.
Yeah, it does.
Almost like a coffee.
Is it sweet? What am I?
I don't know. It finishes like it's got some coffee in the end of it.
Yeah, it does.
Ocean aged in oak barrels for at least 2 years. That's a long time.
Ocean aged.
Ocean aged.
That's the saltiness.
Saltiness.
The salt and then the constant rocking, so it's moving in the barrel constantly.
Mm.
That's the other piece of that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the finish on that.
That's very good.
I feel a hint of.
So it's a hint of alcohol.
Yes, it is.
It's right there, right at the beginning. Well, good. All right, we started.
Let's get started. All right, everybody grab that first wing.
What is the name of this particular wing? Have we gone the Brad Marchand route, or is this something a little taller?
I gotta actually cut.
Game on.
All right, so this first wing is the classic from the Hot One show. This is their own sauce.
Their own sauce. Okay, here we go. Back in.
Good.
We're not dipping, I assume.
No,
I don't want to get into the whole dipping argument. Or
That's
what
just-
you're dipping into.
yeah. Oh my God, those people.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Nice flavor.
very
There's
mild.
a good profile to the sauce. Yeah, mild.
All right,
Yeah.
let's start it right off.
Good stuff. Yeah.
The Seattle Krakens.
Krakens. So, how do we feel about the name, gentlemen?
I mean, of the ones that there were, it's probably the best.
Sure.
I
I
would say
think
so.
I like the logo. I like the colors a lot.
I feel like they did a
Nautical.
really good job of avoiding a name that would be offensive, and with what's going on in society today with the
Not a single protest yet, oddly enough.
Like the Washington football team.
right, exactly, like that kind of stuff. There's a lot of the rebranding of products. Like Dixie Chicks are now Chicks, all the different things, right? So I feel like they did a really good job of missing that.
I'm surprised the women's groups
Hatchet.
aren't mad about them calling themselves the Chicks.
It'll happen. Give it time. I
Yeah.
just can't hear them yell yet.
So, I think it's a good name. I think, the big thing for me is what they do to build that team. Are they going to, do what they did with the Golden Knights and hand them a Stanley Cup run?
Yeah.
Or are they going to make them suffer like
That was
historically they do in every other, draft like that? So,
That was so weak.
well,
Just handing them the best players in the league.
yeah,
Have they announced how they're doing the draft for that team?
I don't think so. I think that there needs to be. I think they're going to get through this interesting playoff scenario we're doing right now,
Yep.
which is exciting to hear about that too. But I think, I think they need to be better than a normal team that gets built from nothing. But I don't think they'd be as good as they were. You don't want to see a team come out in Seattle, which is a town in disarray right now anyway, and struggle for 10 years. They need to build a fan base quickly, and so I kind of understand. Vegas didn't have to struggle like that, in my opinion. I think Seattle is going to struggle more to build a fan base, certainly with the climate there now.
Right.
And they're going to have to compete with, 2 different pro teams there, and potentially a basketball team again someday. But
Well, and I think all the other teams took a hit for that. Like, all the other teams had basically designed their team the way they wanted to win a cup.
I mean,
And
you
then-
would think that New
now-
Jersey gave every one of their players away because they're horrible now.
They could give them all away now and pick up all new players and be just as good.
Right, or better.
Or better. Yeah. So, I think I'm excited for them. I'll be a fan. I'm excited because in the market we're in, will be a home market for them. So we should be able to watch games on regular television, which would be nice.
It should be affordable to get to a game if you want to go see one.
Which I think we'll do that. We'll take the show on the road maybe one weekend, do a little boys trip and critique. That'd be a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
So once things calm down, you can actually not, end up in some sort of riot. But
I think their marketing did pretty good too. Their little intro with the ocean and bush and all that.
I didn't see it.
Really? You're not here on Twitter much.
Not
So
on
what do you think
Twitter
about
at all.
What do you
What
think?
do you think?
Of?
The Kraken.
I'm not much interested.
No?
No, I don't. Like, I wasn't jonesing for an expansion team.
Sure.
And I like my hockey the way it is, so I could care less if another team joins or not.
Well,
But, I mean, maybe it'll be a decent distraction for Seattle right now because they need one.
well, I think,
Fair.
they're a market that I think can support a professional hockey team. They've got minor league stuff there. They're going to have...
Oregon can kind of jump on the bandwagon and fill fans
they're
that
close
way.
enough to Canada. They're going to get a lot of Canadian people coming down to watch, I think. They'll get Victoria's going to dump some players and get people in to watch them. So I think it's going to be a good market if they can find a way to get people there during this insanity that's going on. It'll be a year from now when they play anyway.
And they're already downtown.
Yeah, so which I don't know if I want to go downtown, but yeah. So I mean that's where the stadium for the Seahawks, it does well as they're not downtown. They're a little bit I guess south of downtown, further down, so they're a little safer I think in that area. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited to have another team. Hopefully they don't go the way of the Atlanta Thrashers and all those other teams that fizzled out after a few years because the fan base didn't arrive. But in a market like Boise, where we just don't get sports teams, we have one pro team that does anything here. It's good for us. We're close enough that we can get there quickly and cheaply. If it's hockey that's close enough by, it may stimulate this town to get off its ass and actually support youth hockey and build that program up, which is something we could get another ice surface here. I think they could help us out immensely, I think, including Oregon hockey, including Washington State hockey. So I think it'd be good for the area. That's what I'm looking forward to.
And he meant Boise.
Yes, well, yes. But I think, it just needs to happen. I think we need to have more hockey that people are excited about, and we'll go from there. And I hope they don't turn out to be crack whores. Just Kraken.
All right.
Yeah.
You ready?
Off to number 2.
This
What is it?
is Los Caliente.
Los Caliente.
This is also another Hot Wings from Hot Ones.
Is caliente the word for hot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go, Steve. We're also learning Spanish tonight.
Espanol. A little bit of heat. Kind of a garlic base maybe.
Yeah. The first one had no heat.
Which one lingers on your tongue a little bit more? What is the Scoville rating on this one?
That's a good question.
Next question.
All right.
Moving on.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
The NHL playoffs format.
I think if you're a top 4 team, it works out great for you because you get to play really good competition in the opening round. One game against the other 3 seeds with you. I think you'll get your legs under you there. I think it's a little unfair for the lower teams. What is it? The team out first gets the top pick in the draft or something like that. I heard.
So the Habs.
Yeah, right. So Dennis Burdett, your team. I think it's for what I don't really care. Let's be honest. They're playing hockey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn if they all show up and they just keep funneling teams into play each other. I could care less how they do it as long as they play hockey.
As long as they play hockey, you get to watch it.
Yeah.
However, it runs dangerously close into the next season. So fatigue, injury, so we've already got a season that's not what it should have been, right? A full season played the way it should have been. So now we are risking the next season with potentially a very poor start or injured player fatigue
Sure.
and stuff of that
I'm just
nature. So,
excited about opening with something different than the Leafs.
yeah.
Well,
That's true.
and I have to believe that they're going to delay the next season to some degree because the Stanley Cup Finals will be played in October. I mean that's when this thing will come to a head, and so they'll get, training camps normally open September, right, for normal training camps. So I can't imagine that what that's gonna look like, but they're probably gonna.
It'll look pretty normal for some teams.
Well, right, yeah, they're still gonna suck at the end of the day, right? I mean, poor Buffalo is never gonna see the light of day.
Right.
But I think they're gonna probably push the start of the season back to December, January is my guess, and play into the summer, and then maybe get back to a normal schedule depending on COVID. So, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see hockey.
Yeah.
I plan on doing nothing next weekend except for watching hockey for 2 straight days. So I'm pretty jazzed about that.
I think it's going to be interesting for people that are in Vegas that like to bet on hockey because there's this thing out there that you just don't know is who's going to get COVID and who won't be cleared to play. And if it's a star player, that affects the line.
Right.
And so you're going to
It's
see
game changing.
and in my opinion,
Outcome changing.
you're going to see younger teams push further through the playoffs than older teams.
Sure.
So because of the time off and people not being able to work out, the younger guys are going to rebound faster.
Right.
So if you're betting on teams in Vegas, I would go young and go with the teams.
Well, that knocks your team out.
Well, we got a lot of young guys.
You're the oldest defenseman in the league currently is your captain, I believe.
And well, that's one guy. And some of our guys already got COVID. And by the time they start, they're past their 14-day.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and so that's
Pasternak.
Well, yeah, so Pasternak, right? So that's a big deal for them because he's only like the leading scorer,
Yeah.
I mean, so it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to hear about this bubble thing that they're doing. They're going to have 11 restaurants, 4 movie theaters, bars, which I'm sure none of the players will get to experience. Just a lot of coaching staff and support staff. But I think there's going to be. I'll be interested to see how well they can control the teams inside the bubble, and whoever can stay on track for 2 months and not screw up inside the bubble, I think will be the team that comes out at the end. There's a lot of. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of mask wearing in the bubble, and I'm excited just to have hockey back. But this is to your point about the playoffs. This is one of those rare scenarios in history where almost every one of these teams is coming in 100% healthy, right?
Right.
Very, very few players are out for the season. Right?
Got a broken finger.
Right. So I mean, we'll see who's fit enough to make it out of the first couple games, but you have teams at their very best roster coming in.
Right.
And we'll see what that looks like.
You don't think they're a little rusty though?
Oh, definitely. But they should all be rusty, right?
But after the first round, that's gone.
Yeah. And a full roster though, a full roster of healthy players, and it's going to be like the first month of the season, right? When
You're going to see a lot of shifting going on, I think, in the first
absolutely,
round.
yeah.
There's a lot of shift changes.
it's going to be cool to see.
Yeah.
That whole 5-second delay BS that they're trying to do is hurts us hockey fans because I like the chirps.
Yeah.
But whatever, it's hockey. I'll take it. What were you going to say? Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I was curious to see how Tuchel handle a broken finger in his glove hand. So you were mentioning that everybody's coming
Does
in
he have
healthy.
a non-gloved hand?
Well, no,
Okay.
but I was stating that it's not in the blocker hand; it's in the gloved hand.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see because injuries are going to. So as you know, in the playoffs, they hide injuries like
Yeah.
nobody's business. But how are you going to hide injuries from the other 12 teams that are in the bubble with you?
Right.
You're seeing these guys every day at lunch,
Oh,
at dinner.
that's what I
you
was
know.
going to ask about.
And so you're not going to be able to hide there's not going to be lower body injuries. Everybody in the bubble is going to know that guy's got an ACL sprain or
Right.
something like that. Everybody's going to know what's going on. So hiding from the reporters like they do historically is going to be a little different. I'm excited
So they're going to
hear
have
about-
reporters in the bubble.
Sure, yeah.
So it's just so I understand the bubble correctly. Is each team gets a zone in the city where they have a few restaurants, a hotel, and then they're separated by another set of teams in a different zone of the city where it's like their Olympic Village.
Yeah, I don't know that answer.
Oh.
What I read today, it wasn't as clear for that. it said that there'll be a certain number of restaurants total, like 11, for the entire bubble, and 4 movie theaters total for the bubble. So maybe they're just shutting down a zone of the city and making it, but
Movie
you know,
theaters.
yeah. So they're gonna have bars, movie theaters, and restaurants.
Do they rent the movie theaters to go over film with an entire team?
Well, and so that brings up the other.
Or are they going there for entertainment and?
Well, that brings up the other
downtime?
question: is it so?
Watch
you know,
a movie in your room.
most professional hockey
Awesome.
teams have a 2-sheet practice facility with large office space and training facility, all that in their facility. Now you're taking 12 or so teams and you're sticking them in the same area.
Right.
You know, where are they going to do team meetings? Where are they going to do, you know, off-ice stuff where they're... I mean, how are you going to hide what you're doing?
I'm excited that is none of my concern.
Yeah, but...
I just want to
True,
sit
but
down in front of the TV
It's
and watch
gonna,
people
it's
play.
gonna have an
hockey.
impact into the.
You're going to see
the
it, though.
outcome.
Yeah.
You're going to see that they're gaming, they're game planning differently for these teams because they're going to know what their lineups are. I mean, there's going to be a lot of weird stuff going on. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so excited about how crazy it's going to be.
I hope they
mean,
film some of it too.
that would be the best 40 for 40 or whatever, the 60 for 60. What the hell they do, right?
Yeah.
It'd be the
30
30 for 30. I was going to get there
That'd be a
eventually.
great show.
It would be a
Yeah.
great show. Or you know, what's the one they do for the NFL where they follow the worst team in the league and it's a mess for the whole...
Right. Well,
Yeah.
and there's Behind the Bee, and I think Colorado now has one.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, I know, has one. They could just run people with cameras through that thing constantly and cut in a great show.
What's going to be awesome though is the stuff that's not hockey related going on, right? You're gonna have guys playing against each other in a game. They're gonna see each other later on that night at a bar or a restaurant, eating
Getting a
dinner.
fight.
They're gonna fight, right? So the stories coming out of of somebody saying, "Well, you slew-footed me in that game," and then they get into this fist fight at a Red Robin restaurant. That's gonna be a great story coming out of Edmonton or Toronto. It's gonna be hilarious.
I really think they're gonna have a better control on their players in that, and they're not gonna be putting them in a position where
They're
they're
gonna
going to be having social interactions.
They're
with
going
the
to be
other
so
teams. They're
afraid
gonna-
to get their
they're
star
gonna
players
curtail
sick.
that and
Yeah.
keep that social interaction to an
if
absolute
Xbox
minimum.
isn't sponsoring this tournament, they're idiots.
Right.
I mean, I would have my players on their Xboxes every night saying, you know what, you don't get to leave your room. We'll have food delivered to you.
Right.
You're here to play hockey, and you can play that on the Xbox or on the ice. That's what you get to do. All right, number
All right,
3.
all right.
Fair outcome.
Yeah. Let's do this.
What is this one?
It's a Louisiana.
Louisiana. Is Louisiana
Sweet,
known?
sweet heat.
Are they known for heat in Louisiana?
A little bit.
All right.
A little bit.
They're sweet. I like that.
Haven't felt the heat yet.
Almost less than the last one.
I thought number 2 was tingly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely had a tingle to that one.
Maybe it works its way up. I don't know. They may have misordered those.
Yeah, because this is really good.
The weird thing about hot sauces and stuff like that is it's a lot like wine. It depends on your growth and your batch and the sun.
And it does age out.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely, vinegars.
That was really good.
That kind of stuff. from
Yeah, it
base.
was.
I could probably do more of those. All right,
Get
that was
another
good.
batch going here in a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we
Are
call
you-
an offset to somebody? And no, just kidding.
Are you guys fans of Letterkenny?
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious show.
Yeah.
Have you finished it?
No.
No. The
I've-
writers are amazing.
I finished it. The timing and the speed of the comedy. I know that it's good because my wife constantly goes, "What? What did they say?"
Yeah.
Ben, this is stupid. Can we change it?
Mhm.
HGTV is on.
Yeah. I struggle to keep up with how quickly they leave the one-liners and the gotchas and I really struggle with just listening. I have it at high volume.
Right.
I'm watching it. But holy crap, that's funny.
It's
That's some
so
good stuff.
fast-paced.
It's some
How
solid
they can
stuff.
say it with such bland
Yeah.
tonnage.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, how do you not just piss yourself laughing when you're saying what you're saying?
And they're
Yeah.
all straight men.
right.
And so if you get a chance, go onto YouTube and look up the outtakes because they crack each other up constantly. They have to cut all the time because of what you're saying. They don't keep a straight face.
What's funny is I started watching that as a hockey show, and it's not even close to a hockey
Yeah.
show. It's irrelevant.
No,
There's
But
hockey players on
hockey
show.
has a place in it.
Yeah, it's like a 10% of it, but God, forever people have been trying to make a good hockey show, sitcom, whatever, and it's always failed.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever watch Benders?
Yeah, I watched Benders, and it was funny at times, but it just got, it was almost the same joke every time. And so, but I
It seemed
kept,
very forced.
I
but
kept,
some of
yeah,
it was
I kept
funny.
waiting for it to evolve into something that all the characters developed, and it
Right.
just,
And they
it just didn't.
They didn't have the same class of writers on that show that
Right.
they do as Letterkenny. Letterkenny's got those
Really
writers
legit.
are on point.
Yeah, yeah. What's great about that is it's all free on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's, you know, that show could make so much money syndicated or something like that, and they just don't have to do that.
Let's not give them any ideas. Like,
Well, no,
I
hey,
like I like
free's
that they're
for me.
free,
Don't get me
yeah,
wrong,
like,
you know,
yeah.
but yeah, I think it's that's where we struggle is.
Well, is it now free on YouTube? Because I watched all the seasons on Hulu.
Yeah, I've been
we
watching
actually
it on Hulu.
we actually
Same here.
paid for Hulu just to watch it.
Well, so that's an off topic, but my wife made me get Hulu just to watch some stupid show called Little Fires Everywhere. And talk about the worst goddamn show on TV. I mean, that show sucked. So for those of you watching or listening, avoid that show like the plague.
I'll be sure not to.
Yeah, but I'll have to check it out on Hulu then, because that'll be a little bit better. But that's worth the $11 a month or whatever they're charging, I think. So
Yeah, so I was really spoiled because I'm going to the next episode, watching that, and I'll binge like 5 or 6 episodes at
Yeah.
once, and then all of a sudden it says, next up, some completely other show, and I'm like, wait, what? This is over?
Why is it over?
well, yeah. All right, we going on?
Yeah.
All right.
This one is Habanero Tabasco,
Habanero Tabasco.
their hottest line.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It tastes like it wants to be hot, but it doesn't get there.
Oh, there's some heat in the backside. Oh, I'm feeling it. I know.
Well, but you were choking in there when they was making them.
So was I. I probably could have coated these a little bit better too.
No, I appreciate you put them on the Trex decking. I think that's a classy touch.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It's mid-grade Trex. It isn't the cheap
Oh.
stuff.
So just pick
Oh,
the wood
yeah.
out of your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Allows us to work with sponsors to move that up to
There you go.
high-grade tracks.
High grade Trex.
And a lot you know. You won't be picking wood out of your teeth. You will be picking
Plastic.
plastic
I apologize.
bags from Winco out of your
So,
teeth.
I appreciate
So
that.
just say it has plenty of heat. I'm starting to sweat.
My tongue's
Really?
all biting
Okay.
down.
Yeah, a little. Yep, we're
Comes
right
in
in
on
the
the backside.
we're in the winter.
Here's an interesting
That's what she said.
interesting fact. Interesting fact. In Boise, the only place you can get habanero Tabasco is the, what is it, Cash and Carry?
Okay.
No, really.
The one by the
A
connector?
restaurant type.
Yeah.
Supply.
You can't, it's not on the order list for any of the grocery stores because it's too hot.
So the Scovilles are up a little higher on that one.
A little bit,
Okay.
a little bit. I may have that on the list. Hang on.
My tongue's a little spicy.
Nope.
Yeah, that one burns the tongue in the end.
Yep. It lingers.
It lingers.
Sticks around.
Yeah, it lingers. Like an ex-wife.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, video time.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Letter Kenny.
Ah,
Explain this, Graham.
Wow, where
Nice
did you
sweater.
go with this one?
it's a great
All
sweater.
right, so obviously it's a Christmas time frame. The family gets together every year. We do some present trading, and we tried to mix it up one year. And
Great
the
kids.
wife-
That's a pimped out limo, though, right?
right, the wife rented a limo to take us around to look at Christmas lights throughout the city, and so they actually they tune the radio to whatever station.
Right.
If there's audio for it, they actually know where all these places are, and they drive you through and slow down. And
Apparently,
they
some of
actually-
the lights were put in the limo.
Oh yeah, they have the lights in the limo, and that's my nephew sitting next to me, Jacob, great kid. But my daughter, who's not in this photo, but in the actual limo at the time, we did ugly sweaters for the Christmas party, and we tried to get that as a theme for the family.
Nice.
Mine's super cool because it's Star Wars.
I say
if
Eric
anybody
Wiesman would be proud of you.
Super cool,
yeah,
or
I thought it was on.
super nerdy.
I
Could
would
be,
like
sure.
to point out that the beard is on point and the hair's
Yeah,
looking
that's an
great.
explosion of face.
Yep. And now I'm going for Flo for this season.
I almost didn't recognize you with the hair.
Yeah, I'm going to get some cabbage going.
It was
here.
very
Get this going.
feathered.
Feathered and beautiful.
Right?
Yes.
Going long in the back?
Maybe. I may actually trim it up on the sides
A little
and mullet it out. Yeah, exactly.
Go 80s.
But yeah, so I was extremely intoxicated, and we could take our own booze, and they supplied booze, so we did both, and we tried to finish it before we got done. Drew a little bit.
Oh my goodness, Dawn is in rare form there. She looks like she's trying to pinch something off. Good for you, Dawn.
Wow. Are we just picking on me, or is
No,
Scott in here as well? Okay.
There's a few of these, and then
all right,
we'll
so
move on.
I'm going to throw this down a little bit. Trip to Boston.
Yeah.
Obviously, we got to go out and see a baseball game. It was freezing and raining. It was the first game of the season. Yes.
Okay.
First game of the season. The New England Patriots had won the Super Bowl.
So which year was that? Last 15?
I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
this could be any year.
So anyhow, they brought him out, did the ring ceremony on the baseball field, had the New England Patriots come out. Plus, we got to see a baseball game. I'd never been down there. You got to see Fenway and how that whole thing went with the Green Monster. I think I even asked you some pointers and stuff before we went to the trip. But yeah, great trip. Cool town. Love the sports. We've been there and got to see a Bruins game as well.
Oh, nice.
So
Did you go across the bridge from the field to the pub across the river there?
Yes, we did. Yes,
It's a nice pub.
It's a very nice pub.
It's very
And
fun.
I'm a big fan of pubs, if you don't know it.
Right.
We enjoyed ourselves immensely down there, as you can tell. I believe the White's on point right about there.
Right.
She's enjoying something. I don't know. You guys maybe stop eating some shrooms in that trip?
She's not a big drinker, but
No? All right.
you know, she might have
Partake.
a little bit
That was
there.
her
That's
first,
hilarious.
Oh my. That bear is high as a kite.
Yeah, that bear is lit.
Is that a Oregon bear? Or a Colorado
It
bear?
could be, but we happened to run across this particular bear
Further
in Las
north.
Vegas. So this was a Las Vegas trip down to the Coca-Cola store. They had the bear in there taking photos. We were just cruising the strip, doing a little drinking, having some fun, and you know that's what you got right there.
You know,
you haven't noticed the t-shirts on.
That's the kind of shirt you got to wear in
I
Vegas.
heart beaver.
Yeah.
You stopped
that's,
there to drive down? Stop Beaver, Utah?
No, actually, we skied Beaver, Utah
All right.
the winter before this picture was taken,
I see.
and bought that shirt at Beaver Mountain.
Nice.
Epic snow.
Epic snow. Oh my. Okay.
And this one.
Oh, what did you?
Are those
I didn't know
minions?
that was. I didn't know that was on the public internet.
Yeah, it's
I thought that was
on
a
the
private share.
interwebs.
Are those minions with mohawks and corn?
Those are
And,
minions.
and
Bananas.
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 They're into bananas, I think.
That is a minion onesie.
Wow.
That is my daughter, Autumn.
I love the different shapes of beard that go through these.
You're very
Yeah.
on point with your facial hair.
Wow. So we were doing some shopping. She was getting ready to go down to college, and we were going through the store, and they had minion onesies in the women's section of one of the stores.
Right.
And I was like, I'm pretty sure they make one large enough, and I was double dog dared to put one on.
And they had man sizes?
No. These were women's sizes.
I think it's great you tuck your goodies in your legs.
Oh, I had to.
Yeah.
Good times there. I did not purchase this onesie, although I felt that it probably would have been a good purchase. That could have.
You just
Comfortable?
Is that in the dressing room?
No, we actually changed in the changing room and then pranced around the store in them. There might even be video out
So
there.
let me get this straight. You wore that like that, and then you
Security.
put it back on the shelf.
Yes. Yes. You will note there are jeans sticking out from the bottom.
Sure there
There's
are.
full clothing
Yeah,
underneath.
So if you have one of these,
You're gonna
it
have
might
night
have
hair.
been pre-worn.
It
Yes.
may have been. You'll be able to tell.
That's where
it's
you
a
got
little
the
loose
crafts.
around the
Sorry.
crotch area.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
I'll
right.
apologize for that. But yeah, so that was a pre-college trip for my kid, and I can't remember. I don't think she ended up getting one either, but she has got an entire drawer of onesies that she has for every event. So she has a onesie she can just put on for anything.
She should have ended up at Arizona State.
It's just fun.
They do
Collect
onesie
coins,
runs and stuff.
stamps.
As you
onesies.
can tell, there's not much personality in my family. We're pretty
Right.
dry. And,
Yeah.
we don't
Boring.
get out
Pretty boring.
much.
You're a boring
Boring,
family,
yeah.
yeah. I found that to be true. Yay!
Ooh.
Wow, that was
Look at the shirts.
clearly I was sober and full of
Wow.
man
Look
boobs
at
and
these
hair.
shirts.
Rainbow Man boots.
Yeah, so
Are
that
your
was
nipples pierced, or-
so my good friend Steve Schultz in Colorado. That was his wife's 50th birthday party, and she elected to have a disco night as the birthday party theme. And I don't know if you know, but it's really hard to find outfits for the 70s in fat guy sizes.
Because of all the coke.
Yeah.
Probably. And I was sans coke that night. But I do like the Welcome Back Cotter hair. I thought that was quite good on my bald head.
Oh yeah.
Nice
Clearly
touch.
I had been about 15 or 16 shots of tequila in about that point. The shirt, though, really showed my nipples well.
It
So
looks like it.
I think that's what you... That was my friend Byron, who actually has that hair. That's real life hair. Right there. No, but
Okay.
it could be. He looks like a
He
pedophile.
put a wig over his regular.
A little bit.
I'm pretty sure those are his real pajamas, though. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's like
Got
one
quite
of those,
the rut going.
It's like a Hunger Games pajama.
Did
thing
you
going
both come to this in his white van?
on. Yes, VW. We're picking up small children. Anyway, no, my wife, which I unfortunately don't have her picture up there, also was there, and it was a long night.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing bell bottoms, and they're polyester.
Are
Let's
they
just
tight
say-
in the thighs?
Let's just say they were tight everywhere. They were tight everywhere.
In
the
the
girdle
thighs.
wasn't working. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So glad you didn't get the lower vision.
Right.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even think of the comedian's name. Oh my god.
So,
That's a dead on.
So that was
The Fisher guy?
Yeah.
The fisherman?
That was a great day of bowling in Fort Collins, Colorado.
You take a
Loveland,
water gun.
Colorado.
Oh, at least you were doing something
No,
cool.
we were bowling, and then we were drinking. Bowling and drinking. What happened was we were playing skee ball, and my son did quite well at skee ball, mostly because I walked up there and just put them in the holes for him. And we won a policeman's outfit, fresh with glasses and gun. And I felt like I should pose, because
there you go.
It's great.
and that is my Asian stereotype smile and speakage,
Oh, I like it.
which is inappropriate in so many ways.
Very nice.
But I thought I was
You're
like a
gonna
tough
get
cop.
hate mail over that.
Yeah, probably, and I apologize for that. But yeah, it was a fun night, as I recall. There may have been drinking involved. There usually is in my outings.
Right.
But that was good. It was good times. Yeah, those teeth. Yeah, it's a great picture. So you can tell from the date. That's actually in Las Vegas, Nevada. That
Right.
was in college. This is a great story, actually. So
Broing out.
Broing out. So the guy on the
Where's
left.
your other hand?
That's right. It's on my junk, actually. You can't see it. But so the guy on the left is Stan Witkowski, guy I play hockey with in Colorado. Dylan, I can't remember Dylan's last name, but he was from Alaska, the guy next to me there. And then me. We were in Vegas for a hockey tournament, actually, for an inline tournament.
Oh.
And so it was a USA Hockey inline tournament back in college. And my college team was University of Northern Colorado, and so UNC Bears.
Right.
We registered as UNC.
Your email.
Yeah. And so we got to the tournament in Vegas, and a whole group of college girls from University of Northern Carolina showed up to cheer us on because they thought that we were the UNC
Right.
team from North Carolina. So
Did
we had
you
a whole,
turn that into something?
No. So
Oh.
we had a whole cheering section of girls that came across the country to watch inline hockey. And that was the day after we got knocked out of the tournament. We were still there for an extra day, and we were in this shithole hotel called the Palace Station, which, as some people may know, is owned by the people that own the UFC, the Fertitta brothers.
Mm-hmm.
But horrible place. But that was our last day there. We went through about 75 Coronas between the three of us. That was a good trip. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Did you drink any of them, or did you guys just bathe in them?
Yes. That's my old fraternity, Sigma Pi fraternity. So I'm clearly the oldest person in that picture. That was after I got out of the military, and I was a pledge, believe it or not, in that picture. That's me down in the middle with a Nike shirt on.
Were you on the 8-year program?
And
or?
the hair, yeah. So I was the one that bought all the alcohol because I was the one
Right.
who could. But that was...
Is that why they brought you in?
Yeah, this was after my pledge graduation. There are some interesting cats in this picture that are doing interesting things now. So, but that was a fun time, as I recall.
Anything happen when you pledged that you'd like to not remember?
There's multiple things I'd like to not remember.
Anything you could disclose?
Not that I want to discuss on a podcast, unfortunately. But I think that it was a It was a time that I kind of regret, and a time that I kind of enjoyed. It wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
I'd come out of the Navy. I was looking for some camaraderie like the Navy. I thought the fraternity was the way to go. I was wrong.
Mm.
So there's that.
I think that was 4, right? I think that's it.
Yeah. That's it. Where's your pictures?
Nobody picked any.
Oh, see, that's next week. That's going to be a lot of fun, or next month.
All right.
Where are we going?
Hey,
What
this
is
is
one? Oh, here we go.
Melinda's
I like that start.
Quadruple X Reserve.
Oh, Melinda's Special Place. Got it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be weird to pick my own pictures.
All right. We'll get some for you.
Yeah.
There's plenty out there.
Not much flavor, but a lot of heat coming at you.
Mm-hmm. And the flavor is uniquely not
Bland?
special.
Yeah, just kind of bland.
Mm.
But there is heat.
Melinda's
Lot
a
of heat.
loser. Hey, Melinda, get another job.
That is not
It's hot.
what we're doing these days.
I'll give you a hot, Melinda, but your flavor is shite.
If I had a nickel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Reminds me of the military.
You're hot, but you got nothing else going for you.
Just gonna tell you right now, we're getting real close to that.
The lawsuit territory?
Yeah, the top. The top heat scale here.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty warm.
I thought that was as warm as the last one. The last one lingered for...
The last one
just started.
lingered more. This one just. It's right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
We still have those ones.
We're halfway there.
I forgot about
Is that all? Halfway?
Yep, we're halfway.
That's super.
All right.
I can't wait to bleed out of my ass later. It's going to be great.
All right. So, so I wanted to bring up Hockey for Heroes.
Yeah. Great cause.
Great choice.
I really liked being a part of that for a couple of years, and Todd Horton putting that thing together. And from what I understand, and forgive me if I don't get this right, because normally I just get drunk and show up for the games. But
Let me get you milk.
there's
Want the milk?
No, I'm good.
there's a hero that they pick, and by hero I mean like a firefighter or a cop that has either been permanently injured or has died,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a fundraiser for their family.
Yeah.
Is that, am I?
Yeah,
Correct.
that's the general gist of it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's a really awesome tournament because there's basically no rules. And you can buy your way out of anything, and you can buy your way into wins if you want.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
As it should be.
there's no penalty box. So your penalties
It's kinda
are
like the NHL. You just buy wins.
skating without a stick or skating with a baby
Little
stick.
stick, yeah.
A lot of fun.
It's great format.
So
Our team one year broke the record for most money paid into a game.
No.
It was $115 or $108 or something like that.
Yeah.
I may be getting that confused with the miles per hour on Chara's slap shot, but
Way to
so-
try to ease that one.
He just hasn't killed his own practice goalie yet.
Yeah.
Hockey for Heroes is a great cause. I think I'm pretty excited to be able to participate in that. I think unfortunately we have some players that show up thinking that there's something to win.
Mm-hmm.
When the reality is you go there to have a great time with your friends, donate to a really good cause, spend time with each other,
and the winner's not necessarily a hockey player.
There's not exactly right. There's not a winner except for the people that deserve all the money and the donations and the time that the Horton family puts into it. That Leanne Schlakey and all the people, all the refs that donate
People
their
put in
time.
a lot of hours.
Right. So everybody that's involved in that, I think, is a great cause. I think if anybody in the Boise hockey community doesn't get a chance to play in that, I think you have to. The gift baskets, the raffle baskets are usually really good baskets.
People from out of town should come in here and bring some
Absolutely.
teams and enjoy it.
Absolutely, and then,
but-
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic tournament of nobody gives a shit who wins, but everybody has fun.
Well, I think that goes to speak to the hockey community that is here.
Right.
It is small.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't really developed into a lot here in Boise, but the people that are part of that hockey community are just
Got a lot of care behind it.
a lot of care, a lot of class, great people.
Yeah.
You know, there are a few of the teams and a few players out there that are, you know, feel like they're going to the show. You know, that they got to do something. But
I think it's in
for
every
the
league in every
most
city.
part, though, for the most part around here, it's very enjoyable to be associated with those people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's one of the best things ever. I mean, I when I moved here 4.5 years ago, I didn't know anybody, right? And so now I'm in here 4.5 years, and I play in every tournament I get my hands on, and play in every one of these leagues, and you just see the same people over and over and over again that care about hockey and care about, you know, donating money and time, and it's awesome.
Each other.
Yeah, it's a great community for that. So, although it's not a huge hockey community, it's a tight one, which is what I like to see.
Yeah.
So it's a great cause. I would agree with you. I think if you get a chance to play in that, you know, I think a chance to, even if you can't play, donate. You know, it goes to a good cause. There's accountability for it. It doesn't go into Horton's wallet. It goes out to the community, which is what it should do.
Right.
I think his wife does a really good job of helping him with that, and all the support. And again, as much as I give refs shit, so if any refs are going to listen or watch this, I apologize, but I think you do a fantastic job by donating time and effort, and I think it's great. Yeah.
You're appreciated.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. And that was the wrong call. I never touched that motherfucker. Anyway, eat.
All right. Pete. A little bit of.
Oh no, I saw Pete today. Pete's doing good.
All right. Good.
I'm gonna do another one.
Yeah.
All right.
This is the hot Thai green.
Oh, now we
Little
have-
Thai pepper.
why we have-
I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
hey.
I'm a little bit afraid.
No,
My head is
hey.
sweating. My lips are on fire.
Before
so
we
I-
get into
This one has
this,
just
hair
so
on
that you
it.
guys understand, this shit is hot. Like,
before we get into this, I got some legit Thai neighbors down the street, and they grow Thai peppers, and I used to eat them on the way to the park out of their yard. And so she came out one day with 4 plants to give to me. How cool is that, right?
It is cool.
Did you throw them in the
You're
garbage
just
and
a
walk
very
away?
likable person.
Thank you. I'm vomiting blood.
All right.
This one's gonna hurt. Just so you know.
How's the cook on the wings? You like? Did I do
Good.
all right?
Yeah.
All right.
No veins yet. That's good. It's a plus.
No
All
raw
right.
ones.
Yeah, I think we just went up a notch. I might be blind to one eye.
Oh, don't eat them with your eyes.
Yeah.
I think I got some whiplash back on the skin. And
Oh, it snapped back on you.
I think it's on point to do this when it's 95 degrees out too.
Oh yeah.
It really kicks into gear.
Yeah, we missed the 100-degree day. That's too bad.
Oh. That's not bad. It hasn't punched me in the nuts yet, so we'll see.
I thought
oh,
we'd
it's
get,
there.
based on
Maybe I'm just
yesterday's
sensitive.
tornado, I thought we might get an easy breeze through here, but apparently not.
Yeah. I kind of like this whiskey. It's got a nice kick to the end of it.
I like the flavor of it.
Yeah.
I think
Give me just a full
I think based on that, you'll really like Baker.
Buy me a bottle and I'll just pay you back for it. How about that? So that you know where to get it.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'll have to ask my wife. She got it for me.
Okay.
I have to admit, based on the label, I probably wouldn't have bought it not knowing anything about it.
Oh, sure.
But she got it because my name's Ben and there was a B on the label.
I mean, if we're being honest, I buy whiskey 95% of the time because the bottle's cool looking.
Yes.
This has a dead guy on it.
Right.
I thought that was awesome.
It is
And
awesome.
their beer's good.
Did I miss something? What was the bottle with the Ben on it? The B on it? Or
Well,
whatever?
Baker. So Baker
okay.
has on the neck. It has a
Sorry.
capital B on the neck
I'm
of it.
losing
And
focus. I'm losing focus over here. Like,
I can't spell my name. My tongue is going
So I like the fact that you mentioned that the bottle has a dead guy on it.
Yeah.
But you made no mention of the fact that the dead guy has a pineapple for a hat.
Well, so why is that relevant?
But it's really a pineapple.
Why is it not relevant?
I think it's just a good fashion
Dead
sense.
guy with with a pineapple head? It's kind of a cone head
I
looking.
don't know. It's a pretty sweet bottle cap, though. I can't wait to
Yeah.
put that in my bar.
Or on your hood.
I can put that on my hood. So, off subject, but on subject. So, when I was in high school, I had a 1973 Honda Civic. It was as big as this table. Hunter orange. ugliest car you've ever seen in your life. But the best redeeming factor of that car was it had a little Honda insignia on the front of the hood that you could remove. And so I took a hockey player trophy that I had and I put that on the hood. And I rocked that for an entire year in high school. A little hockey player on my hood.
You were that guy.
I was that guy.
Oh,
and you know what happened to it? The cock-knob football players on our football team broke it off because they were jealous of my power.
Right. That's what it was.
And all you pricks that are in prison right now, I hope you know better now. But it was awesome, especially on that car.
All right. So that brings us to what we were just talking about. Whiskey bourbon.
Yeah.
What is your current favorite?
Oh, so there's two versions of this, right? So my daily drinker has to be Bullet Rye. Bullet Rye is consistently good. It's consistently good bourbon. It's just drinkable as hell. You can just sit there for $35 and enjoy your bottle, right? My all-time favorite has to be Nika Coffee Whiskey. Nika Coffee Whiskey is just, there's something about that. It just grabs me. It just moves me. It's so damn good. And at $65 a bottle, I think it's fully worth that.
Yeah.
You know, I think I'm always open to try new stuff, but once you find something you like, you want to stick with it.
Yeah.
The problem with this town is you can't find it very often.
Yeah.
But Bullet's everywhere, which makes my life a little happier. But I'm a rye guy in general, so I like more of the peppery flavors in my whiskeys.
That's where we
Yeah.
take different roads.
Yeah. So which is perfectly fine. There's a lot of straw flavored stuff out there. There's a lot of more blended things that I think are good. But you know the benefit of the bourbon tasting parties we tend to do. We're 2 for 2 now, by the way. I think is that you get to adventure out and find new flavors without spending $1,000 to do it, right?
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, I think we've done pretty well at not combining combining the same bourbons in sittings. But I would say those two are my favorites. So Nika is my all-time favorite, I think. Thanks Johnny Dahlgren for turning me onto that. And Bullet Rye is my daily drinker.
Okay.
Nice.
What do you got?
Go with it. I got to go with like a Buffalo Trace or a Blanton's for my daily drinkers.
Solid.
That's a solid, a solid bourbon there, and love it. As far as my favorite all time, there's so many. Like there are just so many good. Like I love ryes or like bourbons. Irish whiskey, like if you go with the Green Spot or something along those lines, it's fantastic as well. But honestly, what I tend to gravitate to is going out and buying Four Roses small batch.
Oh, okay.
When I can find it,
Yeah.
that is just as
Consistent.
very, very smooth, great drink.
I thought you were going down a Office Space Michael Bolton road there for a second with that. There's just so many, I don't know what to choose.
Four Roses is legit whiskey. Four Roses is good stuff. It's consistently good. Small batch Four Roses is really good. Yeah.
So, yeah, for me, it's my top all-time, I think, is the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Yeah.
You have to be ready for it because if you're not,
It's a strong drink.
it will knock you out.
Yeah.
So I think the average, like they label them personally per bottle. And I think the average is about 146 proof. So if you're not ready for it, and I found it thanks to, I was in Vegas and I was browsing through one of their Winco style liquor stores down there, and I'm just kind of just looking around in awe, thinking, well, I want one of each, but what can I afford?
Right.
And I ran into the Maker's Mark rep guy. He was walking down the aisles, and he turned me on to this.
What's the price point on that?
$55, $60.
Okay.
Not too bad
Yeah, not bad.
for a bottle that you can sip for days.
Yeah.
My nose bleeding. Like,
And then I'm gonna go redneck on you here because my daily bourbon that I come home
R&R?
to soften the edge is Evan Williams.
Yeah, that's pretty shit.
I drink that like water.
Well, because it is water.
yeah, that goes in the golf
Well,
bag, the hockey
it's
bag.
proofed high.
Well,
It's one of the higher proofed ones for the cheap ones, and it's $25 for the big bottle. So
so you know, Augie drinks that R&R shit, and I wouldn't put that. You could start your car with that, but
Yeah.
that's about it, right? So that stuff's
load it in the carburetor,
it
it
tastes like
won't
liquid
start.
asshole, right?
Yeah.
If you were to pour whiskey through your asshole. That's what it would taste like when it came out. You know?
I haven't done that at a party, by the way.
Twice. You know, I think this is the really great thing about whiskey is that my philosophy is I walk into a liquor store here, which has pretty limited supply here, but you walk in and if you see a new bottle that catches your eye, grab it.
Right.
If it's in a good
Try
price
it.
point, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, I think 60 and less is a good price point. I think, you know, I saw a bottle of Whistle Pig today, which is a phenomenal whiskey,
Right.
but at $290 a bottle for their rare breed one, I'm like, you know, I got to put kids through college someday. You know,
Yeah.
I can't spend that on a bottle of whiskey I'll kill in a week and a half, right?
Yeah.
So especially if it's good.
Come over.
It's got to be
Try it
unique.
out.
It's got to really stand out if it's going to be
Right,
that kind
right.
of
So,
price.
but Whistle Pig 10-year is, you know, $80, and that's a good one, but that's a once in a while kind of thing.
Yeah, it's $80.
You know, I think you got to find something that's a good daily drinker, you know, that you like to have all the time, and then you spoil yourself with something that you really enjoy, and you mix that in there. You know, I bought that Walking Dead whiskey, and I have to water it down so much because it tastes like ass. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not good whiskey.
Well,
it's not
here-
horrible, but it's not good.
Here's the other thing that you need to know about that Elijah Craig barrel proof is while it is 146 proof, it is surprisingly smooth and it can catch up to you quick because it really is easy to drink. It's got a little bit of burn to it,
Yeah.
but the guy at the place also told me if you want to drink this with your wife that's not used to the harsh burn, take a shot glass. Here's a tip, bourbon tip. Take a shot glass, pour some apple schnapps into it, because apple pairs really well with whiskey. Swish it around the shot glass and dump it out. Then pour your shot of whiskey in and shoot it. The apple schnapps takes the edge off. You barely taste it, but it takes the edge off of it and doesn't burn as much.
So, so on that same note, there is a wild turkey version of their, I want to say it's a barrel strength wild turkey. And I'm not a wild turkey. I don't like the sour mash whiskeys, and they're horrible. But wild turkey has a barrel version that is about 130 proof. That is legit. It is really smooth. You can get it at the store for about $65. It is very worth it.
I've never had wild turkey.
You would love this. It is good. And I was turned on to it by one of the doctors that I know that drinks, you know, tries new stuff all the time. And he was like, try this. And
I was
he bought,
wondering when he was going to throw that card out.
that's right. And he said he bought some and so it was on sale for $35. So he bought me a bottle when I was recovering from my shoulder surgery, and I went and bought another bottle. It was fantastic. And so when it's on sale, it's completely worth it. But it's similar to the Elijah Craig, right? It's just it'll snap you in the ass if you're not ready for it.
Right.
You know, but good stuff, right? And I wouldn't ever buy wild turkey ever, unless that was the right stuff. But it's a barrel strength one. It's whoa.
Sometimes you feel like just having a cheap college night. And just
Sure.
Ooh.
have some cheap booze.
Blatt's beer.
And that's why we bring out Pink Whitney. $15 a bottle.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor, in case you're
If anybody would like
wanting
to
you're
to.
looking. All right, we're moving on to the hotter.
All right, this is Stargazer.
No
Piss
CPR.
myself. Okay. I don't think I'm going to piss myself.
This is Stargazer.
Stargazer.
It doesn't have any
Is that because you
explanation.
fall over staring at the ceiling after it's too hot?
We'll see. I'd keep an eye on wit.
Oh, it's got good flavor though.
Sweet.
Holy shit though. That starts out sweet.
Mm.
Then it gets worse.
Oh, boy.
Oh my god.
We jumped up a few Scovilles there.
About 1 million. Holy crap.
Yeah,
For
we
those of
got
you listening and watching at home, holy shit.
we gotta be up in the 500,000, right?
Oh, good Lord.
Man, that is instant sweat.
Yep.
Damn.
It's good. It's got flavor, but wow.
It almost tricks you with the flavor.
Yeah, then it kicks you in the nuts when you're not looking.
Woo! I had a nickel.
Damn.
That's going to be a mark.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Makes your lips tingle a little bit.
I think my
Oh, my lips have been
intestines
tingling
just
since like
scarred
the third
down.
one. think I'm still blind in one eye. It just keeps building. It doesn't stop.
It hasn't stopped.
It just keeps building.
I feel
Hey,
like
remember the
It's
last
like-
time
I
you
feel
said
like
that?
I feel like my face is just going redder and redder. It's like,
Remember the
oh,
last time you said that? It just keeps building?
No.
You and I were together.
Oh, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember. Oh, God.
Mother of God.
It was a completely different situation,
I
but
forgot how to drink. Holy
I need a lighter to see if I can start a fire.
so it does kind of jump there a little bit,
Oh, like a lot.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh,
which can kind of give you an idea of where we're headed.
I'm gonna have a beaver blister on my lip. Oh my God. You are.
all right, which is less here? This one?
That's the most.
No. So that's gonna go over here.
That's
That's
the
the
mostest.
most.
That's
Big fucker.
yeah. That's your next one after that, and then this is.
Damn.
I'm struggling here.
Woo!
Struggle is real.
All right.
This may be a one-time podcast because we can't talk afterwards.
All right. Now, wait for the full description of this, because
Drinking water while you're doing it.
I very specifically want an answer based on this. What sports movie are you unable to walk away from when it comes on? Not the best sports movie, just the sports movie. When it comes on, you find yourself halfway through it before you realize you stopped changing the channel.
So I'm really bad at these because I watch everything.
Right, so do I.
Yeah. So, sports movie, not hockey. Sports.
No, it can be hockey, but it's just sports.
There was a movie back in, oh God, it was back in the 80s. It was,
Major League?
no, that's a horrible movie, and I can stop watching that at any time. It was a movie with Pele.
I do too. I think it's a great movie.
I'm going to look it up. It was a movie with Pele, where he, that was a horrible movie
I don't know
too.
what he's talking
Is it a
about.
documentary?
No. I'm looking it up. Hang on.
Pele, bicycle kick soccer guy?
All right, just to be clear, I may be dying.
Hang on. You-
Okay, earlier
Move
what we
on to
talked
him.
about, you're right. Okay, so movie that you just can't turn off. You can't walk away from when it comes on, sports-related movie. Doesn't have to be the best
So
one.
for me, most sports movies are that way. I enjoy them. I'm a huge comedy fan. So you put on a comedy and I'm in, throw the remote, I'm down.
Right.
I'm going to do this. Honestly, I'm going to go cheesy and cheeky with you here. I'm going to say Goon. Mainly because the comedy is just so
I love
far off
that
the
movie.
chart. If it's on, I'm going to watch it, right? But again, I couldn't turn off a Major League. I couldn't turn off a Slapshot, a Mystery Alaska. You can run down through all the hockey movies. Some of the baseball ones have the stand the hair up on your back of your neck type. Just knowing where they came from and how the sports teams played out, and they're fantastic. There's some TV shows that if they're on, I can't stop watching. I'm drawing a blank on the name of the baseball one that I just absolutely freaking love. Right now I can't think. My mouth is on fire. God, what is the sports announcer doing baseball? That's just an absolute train wreck. I love
Bob
that.
Uecker.
Marv Albert? He's basketball.
Bob Uecker is the...
Kurt Schilling?
He missed the tag. That guy. He's...
Yeah.
Oh, you're Harry Carey.
No,
Well, he's dead. He doesn't announce anything anymore.
I
He's
don't
dead.
have my phone with
Yeah,
me.
but when he was alive, he was hilarious.
No, this one's a comedy. It's a series, and
A
it's
comedy series?
yeah, and it's a
Baseball.
baseball announcer that loses his job, loses his shit, and the league, not the league. What the hell's it called? I have to go look this thing up.
Phone in if you know what it is, because
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
We have somebody in the house taking calls.
it's 911.
So, mine, and I'm going to throw something at you that you may not even have heard of, but it's called The Trouble with the Curb, I believe is
Heard
the
of
title.
it, yeah, heard of it.
It's a Clint Eastwood movie, and I can't turn it off because it's this father-daughter relationship
Yeah.
that kind of strikes home with me and my dad kind of thing, but he's a baseball scout, and he scouts pitchers.
You say father-daughter that strikes home with you and your dad?
I say, who's the daughter in that role?
Father son.
Okay.
In parallel with father-daughter,
I
their
drew some different
relationship
connections. I was
is
starting to
similar.
ask- I was going to ask another question.
Do not
Gender
have
reveal
said
type stuff. and,
vagina,
you know,
but what I'm saying is their relationship parallels something similar to what I
I'm
had.
terrified.
But Clint Eastwood, you can't lose with him in baseball, and it's one of those poetic movies where they're all poetic about the game, and it's about the subtleties, and that's what people who appreciate baseball appreciate the subtleties of the game, and that's what draws them.
So mine was Hot Shot. Which
Oh,
is,
hot. Yeah.
You don't remember
Okay.
that?
I
You
do.
remember that?
Yeah.
That Pele was in? So Hot Shot was about this, I mean, he's a nobody actor. I can't remember his name to save my life, but he played soccer professionally and couldn't cut it. And so he was cut from his team because he was a douche on the field. Ended up going down to
Douche
Brazil.
hockey,
Soccer,
soccer player.
I know, probably
Interesting.
faked multiple injuries. But ended up going to Brazil and meeting Pele, and Pele taught him how to play the game, the beautiful game, as you might know, because Pele kind of coined that term.
Yeah.
But taught him how to play. The movie's fucking horrible. I mean, it's an absolutely horrible movie. It's a shit movie. But watching Pele perform any type of soccer move, including a bicycle kick, is like, I'm drawn in.
It's art.
It's art, yeah.
Didn't Pele invent that move with the heel and the toe, flipping it over his head thing?
Oh, I don't know.
There's this cool trick that they did back in the day. They don't use it anymore because people have figured it out and they just blast you. But he would run up to people with the ball,
Flip it over
and then
behind
he
him.
would pass the ball. Then the ball would roll up to his heel, and he'd grab it with the toe of his back foot and flip it over the top of his head over the other player and run around
Yeah,
him.
we spent high
The
school
rainbow.
trying to.
It was the
that
tits, man.
Yeah.
It was such a cool.
Pele was such an amazing soccer player. I mean, the dude was amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
I watched a couple of documentaries with him, and I mean that goes to the next point is what your favorite all time sports movie is. But you know, Pele, I enjoy watching him. There was a documentary on Netflix about 6 months ago about him, and it was amazing what that guy did. But so I like that movie because of him, and you know, 'cause I like to see the douchebag win at the end. But and believe it or not, I'm a big soccer
Telling.
guy. Well, I love soccer, right? So I love watching soccer. I don't like the bullshit diving. I think it's completely contrary to how hockey is played. But I
Unless
enjoy
you're in Montreal.
or Pittsburgh, pussies. So anyway, so that one. So my all-time favorite though sports movie, as a segue, I used a big word just then. My all-time favorite movie
I've written on one of those.
is a tie, and they're going to be an interesting two.
Oh,
that I
because
have
you're a
here.
soccer fan?
No, it has no soccer movie at all. So a tie between Miracle, which is a great movie.
It really is.
Yeah,
That is.
talk about touch your heart. Yeah.
Oh, and when they transition to his live call at the end.
Yeah. So I've actually had lunch with Herb Brooks, which is amazing.
Oh, nice.
So Miracle, which is a fantastic movie, and Tin Cup.
Oh.
Love me some Tin Cup.
Yep.
Still
Kevin
pissed that they
Costner is
didn't
a-
call him Clank.
Right? Kevin Costner is a shit actor. He's
I
fantastic.
love his acting.
He's fantastic in that and Bull Durham.
Yeah.
You put him in those two
Durham,
movies, and I'll
another
watch either one of those when you put them on TV.
Bull Durham is a movie that my wife can't watch because it's dialogue heavy, and I love the dialogue in that movie.
It's intelligent dialogue.
Yeah,
Fun
it's
to
just
watch.
back and forth, just
Yeah.
that. Oh god,
Susan Sarandon, fantastic. Tim
Oh,
Robbins,
God.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Susan Sarandon really stole the show in that movie at times.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely, she did.
Yeah. What's yours? All-time favorite?
God,
Mighty Ducks? 3?
actually, I've never seen any of the Mighty Ducks. So I actually don't.
You're actually doing better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're
You're
a New
right.
Jersey fan.
Yeah, you're
so-
not missing it.
Yeah. Goldberg's on crack now.
No, when you're talking about it, yeah,
It's a fact. Yeah.
Very-
Goldberg!
Goldberg!
Yeah, you're good. Sorry, I still can't speak. I'm absolutely terrified staring down these, going, "What the hell are you talking about?" Like,
It dissipates. You're fine. We're talking it out.
I'm
We'll
sweating
go back
it
to Ben. Ben, all-time favorite.
Little
I
Big
think I
Leaguers.
started that.
No,
Yeah?
No.
The Little Giants?
No.
It's a great movie. I love Tim Moranis.
no,
Or Rick Moranis.
I
Tim
think-
Moranis, or-
I think it's because of the age when I saw it, but I really like. Oh God, this is such a shitty movie that I can't remember the name. What's the hockey movie?
Youngblood.
Yes.
Youngblood.
I don't know why that is still.
Because you skate like Rob Lowe.
Probably. I love the intensity of it, and I think because I was playing a lot of sports at the time, and I related to a lot of the stuff that he was going through.
Sure.
So
It's not a horrible movie.
yeah, it is.
I mean, Tea with Miss McGill is the best part of that movie. But, I mean, the movie's... He's a shit skater.
Yeah.
And it's obvious when they do cut to him.
All '70s movies are shit
Yeah,
when it comes
Carl
to
Racky's the best part of that movie. I mean, I played in juniors against the Thunder Bay. They were called the Thunder Bay. They weren't the Lightning. Was there a movie? Thunder Bay.
Krakens?
No,
Was it the
It
Krakens?
was the Krakors. Yeah, Thunder Bay Karens.
I love that comment, by the way.
No, it was Thunder Bay. It wasn't it was Thunder Bay Lightning. The Thunder Bay Bombers was in the movie. Thunder Bay Lightning is who we played against.
Okay.
And they were a junior team, and they weren't dirty as all. They were a junior B team I played against, and they were fine. But being in Thunder Bay was kind of fun for me because I was like, this is Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
Thunder Bay, Ontario. Whoa,
Yeah.
And it was fun to play against them. I was a goalie back in the day, and it was fun to do that. But it was that was a fun movie. It was weak on hockey, but had cool goalie masks and a goalie does the splits in a shootout, which is really comical. But it was fun,
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the hockey movies that are out there now, right? So, Goon is a hilarious movie.
I love
with
Goon.
No reality at all.
The comedic timing in that movie is great.
Sure.
And the whole theme of things just flying in his face. I just think that's hilarious.
Yeah, every time he
But
gets
they
hit in the face with the puck, I'm laughing. I'm like,
But they did stand on that old
that's what
school
you get
principle
for
of,
acting with The Rock and
Right, yeah.
whatever movie you did.
But that old school principle of having a thug that helped your
Yeah.
score, right? The
Yeah.
Gretzky days,
Old-time
right?
hockey,
Like
yeah,
old
sure.
time hockey.
Yeah.
Like they reinforced that old style of hockey throughout that movie.
Yeah.
Where today it's not the same. If you made a movie based on today's realistic hockey, it just wouldn't be the same.
Before we
It's
eat the
smaller,
next wing,
faster.
I'm going to get a fan going,
Okay.
and then I'll get rid of these.
Yeah, the day of the enforcer is really over, right?
They just
which is-
killed it in today's game.
Well, and Bod Probert and Ty Domi were really the last of the true enforcers. I mean, you had the Chris Dingmans, you had the Scotty Parkers, you had the guys that could kind of contribute a little bit. But even now, I mean, you have somebody like Bufflin who just, I don't know if he's retired or not, but you have somebody like Dustin Bufflin who could be an enforcer, but doesn't want to do it. Nobody wants to. So Cody McCormick, for the Avalanche, who went on to play for Nashville, was the last real enforcer that still could score goals. So now it's a much faster game. There's still some guys that like to fight, but they're not fighters, right? I mean, you have some dirty players like Bertuzzi from Detroit, who is a complete jackwagon. He's got a ton of skill, but he's also an asshat, which is unfortunate, And so the day of the
Have you
good
seen the other Bertuzzi that's out now? Is that like a family?
cousin, nephew or
nephew,
something.
okay, I was wondering about
Maybe
that
that's
relation there, but he's legitimately
He's a
good
good
hockey
player.
player.
He's a dickhead, but he's a good player.
I'm
Well,
surprised.
It seems to run in the family.
Surprised nobody brought up the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, so I like Dwayne Johnson's tequila.
Oh, yeah?
I'm gonna leave it there.
Okay.
He's a great actor. Tooth Fairy was a mistake.
Left. Ready to get into this dark red one?
All right, where
This
are we
one
going?
looks a little
All right.
scary. This
I wanna
one's
make sure I
called.
don't do this wrong.
It's called the Blood Oath.
This one is Dave's Insanity Gourmet. All right.
It smells like insanity.
Wait,
Dying over here.
I have this backwards. Put the green one on the end. Sorry.
The green one's the last one?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
I just looked at the bottle. I was wondering why this one looked. Okay.
There's not even a flavor. It's just fucking hot.
Shit.
It's like horrible hot. There's no flavor. It's like
Dave's,
gasoline.
Dave's Insanity sauce is kind of known for that.
Hey, Dave, if you're listening, fuck you. Seriously.
It stings a little.
A lot. Horrible. It's a horrible chicken wing. Dave, I'm not impressed. Hot with flavor is better. Just hot sucks.
It tastes like a dirty, freaking dead toe or
Like a
something
toe.
that you're eating. Good God.
It does have that toe jam.
It tastes like
It's horrible.
garbage. Oh,
It's so
an old
hot.
hooker's toe just went in my mouth.
It's so hot.
I
Jesus.
just pictured that.
I can't even take a drink.
I just pictured you with an old hooker's toe in your mouth. And I'm thinking to myself, you just paid for a hooker and you went for the toe?
It's the cleanest part. I think my throat just closed. Oh, shit.
That's so hot.
It really gets in there.
Wow.
Oh my God, this
Holy-
elevated.
Fuck you, Dave.
You just jumped a lot there. I don't know as far as what numbers are, but holy shit.
I'm gonna start crying.
I've been crying, but I'm so dehydrated there's no tears.
It's not working.
No.
Milk.
But I needed some water to get it all the way down because I was getting the hiccups. Oh! So, what is your Meister?
Anyone else?
What is your most, not yet,
Oh,
what is your most prized
Helps.
piece
Helps.
of sports memorabilia?
Hang on.
You with me?
no. You're losing me here.
I think I just lost this camera.
Wow. Holy shit.
That helps.
Milk helps?
Yeah.
Hey, this helps. Yeah. That works good.
All right, let's give it a shot because I'm fucking dying right here. Oh, God.
It's uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable. For those of you at home,
It dies down.
No, it doesn't.
no,
No.
it has not.
No. It's own pain.
Wow!
That's like.
Oh, God.
Are my ears red? They feel hot.
They're very red.
Okay.
And that's only because I can see out of one eye.
Shit.
Jesus.
My eyelids are on fire.
Eyelid. You didn't touch your eyes, did you?
No.
Okay.
Just going there.
That's interesting.
Oh, Jesus. So, sports memory.
I'm sorry. Say it again.
I can't speak English.
Okay. What is your most prized sports memorabilia piece?
Wait, that's you. I gotta take a second.
I got this. All right. So I am not a. What's the word there? Like, it's not a. Yeah, I'm not nostalgic along those lines of going out and collecting a jersey or signature or something from somebody and owning it and renting it out or selling on eBay. That's not my thing.
No.
So honestly, I have to answer that with true honesty, and it's a little bit embarrassing that I'm going to go this way, but the very first hockey jersey from the very first hockey team I ever played for. I learned how to play in my 30s. Then I played for the Blue Devils, if you remember them. That was the first team. Learned how to ice skate with these guys. Had never played ice hockey in my 30s, Taught me how to play. They taught me how to skate. They signed me up into a B-League team. And I broke my collarbone in the very first game ever on the ice and missed the rest of the season.
Wow.
Still the most important jersey.
You kept that theme through a few seasons, actually.
I broke a lot of stuff playing this game. I think I'm made out of paper mache, but it's all right. I'm getting through it. Little guy.
I think they're getting stronger. It's happening less. Are you
I started
crying?
drinking milk. Oh, I'm fucking crying. I am crying. My lips are swollen
There's
out
a
again.
tear rolling out of your eye.
Yes.
I'm with them. I thought it was tough. I'm wrong.
My teeth are crying.
Okay.
My teeth hurt.
Top of my mouth feels like somebody's like literally holding a fucking lighter there.
Yeah.
They should use that last wing in dentistry because my gums are numb.
I wish mine were. They're not numb. They hurt.
Mm-hmm. They're raw.
So I have a Patrick Waugh autographed jersey. Funny story behind it.
Patrice Roy?
Yes.
Fantastic. So this I used to play on an inline team in northern Colorado, and my goalie is next door neighbor with Patrick Watt. So back in the day when Patrick was injured and tried to beat up his wife and beat through a door to get to her, and you may remember that from the internet. He was injured at home, so we went over there one day and he signed my jersey for me. I have that autographed on the wall. That's the nicest piece I have.
Saw that.
I would tell you the best piece I have, probably the one that means the most to me, is when I left Colorado, all the guys I played with had a plaque made for me that our teammate forever and this kind of thing. It was a really nice piece by the guys that really nice barbecue when I left. And so I got a couple things from them. One of my buddies, Stan, that was one of those pictures. He and his son made a nice cutout of our Team Feisty jersey logo, and so I still have that upstairs as well. But those are my two most important ones.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Rick Middleton.
Not so nifty.
He signed it to not so nifty Ben Briggs. Because so if you don't know, Middleton, they called him Nifty because he was just nifty with the puck, and that was a word back then. So when he signed it, I asked him to sign it that way, and he did. So to Ben, not so nifty Briggs. It's the best hockey player I never knew.
Yep. I have a couple things like that from Pittsburgh guys. So I had a family member living in Pittsburgh, and I have some stuff from Willie Lidstrom. It's like that hat that you would never wear ever in your life because it's like from 1980.
Yeah.
Some cool shit like that. But that's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
One of the best things I had was a signed autograph from the guy from Slapshot. What's his name?
Slapshot. There was three of them. The Hanson brothers.
No, not the Hansons. The other guy, Killer Carlson.
Yeah.
Dave Killer Carlson. I've got an autograph picture from Dave Killer Carlson.
Nice.
Somewhere I have a picture of me with the Hanson brothers because they came to Boise and did the thing, and I got to go out and meet them. And I think I have a signed puck from them, and a picture of me hanging out with the three of them. Matter of fact, I think they're holding me and using me as like a batting ram or something.
They might be like 70 years old now.
Yeah.
So I have one similar to you. When I left Austin, I played softball with these guys that I'd been friends with for years, and softball is big in Austin. And when they found out I was moving here to Boise, they all got together on our last game. They had signed. They'd given me this miniature mitt with a softball, and they'd all either signed the mitt or the ball, and it was tied together as a going away gift. And it really, like, so you don't understand how much you miss your friends until that moment, and then you're just like, oh shit,
cried.
Here we go.
You cried.
I did for
Very
sure.
sentimental.
These are good buddies of mine that we,
I knew these guys forever.
Yeah, it's good times.
All right.
I'm not eating other wings.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Come on.
No. I literally feel like there's blood coming out of my face right now.
There
I
is.
told you, I thought my nose was bleeding. I was like, oh my God, it's hot. All right.
We're 2 away.
Take a nibble. Take a nibble.
It's gonna be a short nibble because that fucking stung.
Right.
I'm not over the last one yet.
No, you're all right.
Either am I. But I'm hoping that I don't taste this one.
All right. Here we go.
COVID's not gonna take me out. A fucking chicken wing is.
Fruity.
Oh, God.
Fruity and hot.
Oh,
I knew a guy like this in Austin.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna nibble.
oh God. Yep, that's there. Oh God.
Well, your body produces a liter of mucus a day. It's all coming out of my nose right now.
Yeah.
Doctors.
Mine
They're
are
so
wet.
funny.
You're welcome. There's your next trivia night.
That's something when you're getting
Did you eat
romantic
that
with your
whole
wife.
thing?
Yeah. So that's when you're getting romantic with your wife. Hey, guess what my friend told me?
And I saved it all for you tonight.
Holy shit. That nibble's where that one's going right there. We're leaving that right where it's at.
I don't
It's not as bad as the last one.
think it's as bad as the last
It
one.
doesn't hit you as fast.
But
no, but it's
don't
deep.
breathe it. That's not a good idea. Don't breathe it through your.
Everything's
Is my head sweating?
Yeah. It's getting hotter. You think? I'm glad we can be here for your guys' enjoyment and enjoying watching us kill ourselves slowly. COVID's not enough. We got to do.
Why does Ben keep leaving? Where does he keep going?
Get the lights on.
Oh, there we go. We had lights?
Is that too bright?
No, it's great. I'm thinking your video might be a little dark, but
It looks like it's showing up good.
it's good. All right.
Dab.
Okay.
One more bite.
What comedian currently do you most relate yourself to? Like if you currently were a professional comedian,
I just looked him up. Hang on.
who would you be?
It's a guy. So I listened to Raw Dog Comedy on Sirius.
Right. The reason I asked this question is apparently people in hockey locker rooms fancy themselves comedians.
Danny DeVito?
Anthony Jeselnik.
Oh, you like Jeselnik?
I love that guy.
Do you think that's you though?
Yes. Because he's a sarcastic prick. It goes dark. That's what I do.
Well, then you're really dark. Because that guy. So I don't know if you're familiar.
I'm not.
Anthony Jeselnik, what he does is he leads you down an obvious path. And then when you think you know what the punchline is, he makes you question who you are as a human.
He's funny as fuck.
He is the most shockingly hilarious comedian. Hang on.
That's like Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, I love Nate.
He's funny as shit, too.
I'm gonna drop this because the sun's right in my eyes.
Yeah.
That's
Joke?
I'm okay.
Maybe. Oh, good lord.
That one makes your head warm.
That would catch up.
It's still going.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the sinuses. It's there.
It's only a 15-minute podcast, just so you know.
Thank you. You need water?
I'll get it. I'm gonna take my book down nice and easy.
You mind?
No, what? I brought it from the table.
Oh,
Well,
that is just
the table
lonely in my
stays here
tummy.
when you leave.
My nose is so fucking hot right now.
Yeah, we should kind of get after this and wrap this thing up because
Okay,
I mean,
you're a comedian. What are you? Who are you?
I said Danny DeVito. Come on now,
No,
I can't go easy on that.
I need a serious answer.
Honestly, like, I'd go like a Kevin Hart, like
Okay.
just because one little guy syndrome.
Respect.
He's funny. The guy's got a lot of just comedic timing and just the way he goes. I'd have to go the Kevin Hart route. To be fully honest with you.
I am 99.9% Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even his hobbies lined up with mine. I'm a little bit older, but his hobbies lined up with mine. Like I don't fly a helicopter, but I played the drums. He plays the drums. I'm angry at most things. I'm angry at little things, and I'm very calm at very serious things. I relate to him on so many levels. It is like if you listen to Bill Burr's stand-up, that's my day-to-day life.
I have to laugh at some of Joe Rogan. Listen to Rogan's podcast. He's not like his comedian style.
I like his podcast way better than his comedy.
Me too.
I'm not a fan of. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Joe Rogan's comedy. I think he's funny.
He tries too hard.
I think he's funny, but I like his podcast, and I think he's a great sports announcer. I think there's too many sports announcers out there that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and Joe does, and I would like that.
I don't know though. With Joe Rogan, when he sat in that circle with those guys that were just high as shit, I don't remember why they were doing it, but they were
Ayahuasca.
whatever it was, they were high as shit and talking. Now that was the only time I thought Joe was funny.
Oh,
That's what they do their no or sober October.
oh, that's Bert and Bert Kreischer
Yeah.
and Tom Segura and Joe Rogan. And is it Artie? Artie?
I am pouring sweat. How do you guys function? Like, I can't think.
All right.
I gotta keep drinking milk. So it helps, and when it doesn't help anymore.
So, while you guys are still getting ready, I have another question.
I'm not touching it.
And this one, yeah.
No, I'm not.
So, this is a sensitive subject to me because I do feel like I'm a diehard sports fan. How do you guys feel about fantasy sports?
I don't like it.
I absolutely hate it. I hate the way it makes me watch the game.
I think the only value in the fantasy sports is that you watch more than just your favorite team and favorite player. So you end up getting more of an appreciation for some of the other players and teams and the sport in general. I think you dial more into the sport. You dive deeper into it than you normally do.
I get that, but I just
It's annoying.
I don't like the way it changes the way I watch the game because I'm a team-oriented guy.
And you're not rooting for that team anymore. You're rooting for an individual player that's going to get you points.
Yeah, and I don't. That doesn't make sense to me. Like I would never. Like if the best person on the board to pick is from the Habs, I'm not picking him. I don't want to root for that guy. Fuck that guy.
That's how I am with football. So I don't root for players. I root for teams. And fantasy for me takes the fun out of that.
Right.
Right. I want to root for my team.
If I was to play in a fantasy sports league, it would be a loser league. Because I would rather root for all the other players on all the other teams to lose than root against my team.
Right.
So, like if you're playing it reverse like golf, then you're picking players that you don't want to win and you don't want to score. That's the only way I would play.
Yeah, I can't go against my team. I just can't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And fantasy sports forces you to do that.
Yeah. Fantasy sports for people that don't care about sports. I mean, that's my thing. You care about players. You
Right.
care about numbers, odds, whatever else. You don't care about players.
Statistic.
Yeah.
That's not sports. That's not sports the way I see sports.
The best thing about sports is following your team to the conclusion.
Right. And the other best thing about sports that there is a thing about losing. Like you can't have a rivalry without losing to that team that you hate.
You're absolutely right.
So a part of the passion in sports is losing.
Yeah, no, I don't do fantasy sports. I've done fantasy hockey once, and there's so much going on in fantasy hockey you can't keep up.
Yeah.
Fantasy football is so much easier, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
I'd agree. So,
Man,
All right.
although I do have a gambling problem, so.
Well, there you go. That's different.
That's acceptable. You're
All right. So as tradition goes, this one is called The Last Dab, and it's tradition to do an extra dab on the wing before you put it down. You don't have to do it, as they say on the show. It is your choice to do it. Okay.
Throw that out the window, or this is the 10 of the 10.
I don't know what that last one was, but I think I have blisters. All the way to my colon already.
You're processing it pretty quick. That's good news. It means you're healthy.
I'm hurting.
And this, you're gonna like this topic. This
It's got no calories, so there's that.
It's negative calories.
It actually works your body so hard you burn more calories than they're actually in the bottle. I think my nose is dripping a little bit.
It doesn't stop in 10 minutes.
Mine's on fire. Whatever's coming out of it is on fire.
The air
I'm
out of your
gonna
nose
have
is
a
hot.
blister under my nose.
All right.
I commit to get close to it. I'm in pain, dude.
I hear you.
One of us has to call 911, right?
Sweet.
Won't be able to speak, but
It's like mustardy.
Yeah.
oh god.
You're gonna shit
Oh man,
fucking blood.
I almost
Kidney stones the rest of your life.
I almost threw up on that one. Okay, that one. Shut the back and throw it right down.
I took a bite though, for the record.
Nice.
That's going over there.
So did I, right there.
Awesome. Okay.
Wow.
Have you ever
Blood.
gotten
Oh.
legit mad on the ice?
The Montreal bench.
Yes.
Like, gotten into it to where you felt like you needed somebody to pull you away?
I had a great story about that.
All right.
Oh god. Washing down that misery. So playing hockey in Colorado, I was skating down the rink. The guy comes around me and slew foots me and then slashes me as I'm going down and breaks my stick. So slew foot slash. So I get up, said, hold the fuck on, I'll be right back. I went right back to the bench, got my other stick, my fighting stick, came back, blasted him in the back. We got into it. We're fighting. I take him down. I'm skating back to the penalty box. His bench starts chirping. I just turn around, went back at his bench, spit on a guy's face.
Ooh.
Got in a fight with the bench. Me versus 3 guys. And I'm holding my own. And I was like pulling people off the bench.
Revealed that you spit on a guy.
Fucking A, I did.
Okay.
I also got suspended for 3 months.
Okay.
So
That's an ultimate no-no in hockey.
I was
All right.
taught that
All right.
when you want to get somebody to fight you, you spit on them.
Well,
And so I did, and it worked.
it worked.
And they lost. And so I took on 4 guys while my team watched. Nobody interjected. Nobody said shit. They just
They
sat there.
watched.
What?
Took the both refs had to pull me off the guy, and it took me to the penalty box for about 30 seconds and said, "You got to get off the ice." And I'm like, "I will kill somebody if you move back on the ice." And so the games were videotaped. So I got a phone call the next day, and they said, "You got to be done for a while." And I said, "Well, tell me what that means." We think 3 months is probably a good choice. I said, "I understand that.
Yeah.
I can agree." I said,
Was that this season?
that was the rest of the season, yeah. It was probably midway through the season. The team we played were called the Gentlemen. They were clearly not gentlemen. They were dicks.
The gentleman.
Yeah.
What college is that?
Yeah, it wasn't. And there was a bunch of fucking young pricks that thought they were a bunch of badasses. And
They thought they'd be ironic.
I don't take slew footing lightly. I think that's how you hurt somebody seriously. And you broke my stick also. And so, when I went back and blasted them, I was out to kill somebody. I told the guy that called me the next day, I said, if you would have put me back on the ice, it would have taken the police to get me off of them because I wasn't going to stop.
Right.
So
Good choice.
I played co-ed indoor soccer for 3 months.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then came back. And
Any
played.
fights?
No, not a one, oddly enough. But that was the last time I was legitimately wanting to kill somebody on the ice.
What? Don't say me.
No, I think the maddest I've ever been, and it wasn't the videotape or anything. I can't really tell you much about it. Escape for the puck towards the boards, going with another person, and I felt that they intentionally tripped me up right as we approached the boards, and to me it felt like I got an extra shoulder and shove head first into the boards. So I went in head and neck and shoulders into the boards, which was
Easy close.
yeah, it was a little tough. I mean, it hurt.
Yeah.
But definitely anger. 3 broken collarbones, by the way, over here.
Oh, geez.
I felt that was intent danger, and I'd have taken my skate off and stabbed that person if I could have.
Oh, you would have been the second person to do that.
Yep. Local ref Todd Horton was there, and I lit him up. I was an asshole to everybody on the ice. I wanted to kill the guy, and I got ejected.
Right.
But happened. That was probably the maddest I've been. I don't really get mad. I usually don't get in a lot of altercations, but that was probably the worst I've been.
Yeah. So I don't know. You guys may know this guy, maybe not. He's proven to be a problem for more than one person. But there's this guy named McKinnon that was constantly kind of getting under my skin, and not a lot of people get under my skin, but this guy just rubbed me the wrong way for the longest time. And he would do stuff on the ice, and then he'd be like, "Oh, what are you talking about? What, me?" You know, that kind of reaction to it. Oh, sorry, I breathed in that
leftover hot
last stab. So the face-off happened, and the puck went the exact opposite way of us, and McKinnon is guarding me, and I go towards the boards to move down the ice, and the puck isn't anywhere near us, and he just tomahawk slashes at my stick as I'm trying to go around him. And I just, like, at this point, I just had enough of this guy. And I turned around, and I just can open his leg. I took my stick, and I just went as hard as I could up the side of his leg, his inner thigh. Wasn't what I was aiming for, but that's what I got.
Sure.
So I was furious. As a matter of fact, it was the start of the game, and I changed. I was just off the ice. I was just heated. I thought it was over, and then he comes down after the game. He comes down the locker room hallway, and he's wearing nothing but his jock, and he's got his pant leg lifted up. And I'm like, I don't even know what's going on out there. Look at what Ben, and I basically sliced open his inner thigh up towards his sack with the blade of my stick. Just had enough.
Sure.
And he was like, I can't believe you did this. And I was like, you had it coming.
Yeah.
You had it coming. I don't care. Go away.
Yeah.
I was just so mad. I could have taken his head off. And the only good part that came out of it is that everybody around me was like, you know, because he had it coming.
There's those players that just don't know how to play the game.
Yeah.
They think they do. They think they're players. And I would say there's more of them that are marginally good players that, you know, like have some skill but have no idea how the game is played.
Yeah.
That they're the scary ones, right? They're the ones
Right.
that they're trying to do stuff but don't know that they're dangerous.
So they learn how to play the game by watching the NHL, but
Right.
they don't have any of that talent.
Right. So
So they're just coming at it
So
from.
the big thing I've seen about that is when they go from inline to ice.
Oh, okay.
So inline players don't learn the game the same way ice players do.
I did that, by the way.
That's a fact, right? So so inline players come up and they can get away with more shit because they don't fight in inline very often, right? So there's no repercussions for being a dirty fucking player.
Oh.
And so there was a struggle I had in
It's
Colorado.
like being a 20-year-old girl in a bar.
All right, so the struggle I had is I was brought up on ice, and I picked up inline in later life. And so these people would, you know, slash the back of my legs, and I'm like, drop my gloves, and they're like, what are you doing? More than one time I've had parents meet me in the parking lot saying, what's your problem with my kid? I'm like, your kid's a dirty little prick.
Yeah.
You know, you fix it or I will. You know,
Yeah.
if they're going to be out there playing hockey and they want to, you know, kick my skate out or slash me back the legs, I'm going to drop my gloves, I'm going to beat the shit out of them, and they're going to learn a lesson. But you don't do that. That's not how you play hockey.
Right.
You know, we're not going to play championship hockey. It's inline, for fuck's sake, right? So there's players in ice that are like that I've seen out here as well that are marginal players that don't know what they're doing and try to get away with something because they think that they're hockey players.
Right.
When somebody who's more skilled than them retaliates, they don't get it. They don't know what they did wrong.
Yeah.
You know, they think it's okay to do that stuff. And I would say that that's a bigger problem. That's where I struggle a lot with how I play the game is I've played my whole life. I know how to play the game the right way. I may not be the best player, but I know how to play it the right way. And so when I get somebody cheap shots me or hooks me when they shouldn't or whatever else, I retaliate because that's how I play the game.
Right.
And so some of that's because I'm a head case and I get frustrated out there.
Right.
But some of it's because I don't like being cheap shotted by somebody who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
And so there's a lot of those players in every league you play in, no matter where you're at, Boise, Colorado, wherever you play, there's going to be those. I mean, every time I go to Vegas, I run into those players, and they just don't seem to get it. They're not there for the right reason. I want to have fun. I want to play with my friends. I want to, I'm 47 years old. At this point in my life, I want to have a good time.
You still want to be competitive and play hard, but not
right.
cheap
But
and
clean.
dirty.
That's
Clean.
it. So I'd much rather play with my friends who I know aren't going to cheap shot me, that I've identified as players that want to play the game the right way, than play with a bunch of idiots. So that's where I'm at on that. What else?
All right. That's the end of
the
this.
ER?
Yeah, but before we finish this off, I would like to focus on one last thing. What is it that you have going on in your life right now with Arctic Hockey, Arctic Kings?
So Arctic King Hockey is my passion. It's just a simple company with, I think, a cool logo and that supports hockey apparel.
What's the logo?
Yeah, so Arctic King Hockey is just the polar bear with the cross sticks
Over this way.
is one of the logos,
Point of the camera.
right?
Nice.
But the business, if it picks up, the whole goal of my business was to simply put out cool looking stuff for people that like hockey. My plan long term is if I start doing some good business to donate to certain causes. I'm a big fan of Blue Lives Matters. I'm a big fan of charities for different diseases, diabetes, those kinds of things. I don't care about making money. I care about putting money back where it needs to be. So I would like to do that to I enjoy doing the art portion of it. I've been losing money at this for over 6 months now. I still do it because I enjoy it. That's all I care about. So, but once it picks up, that money's going to go back into the community. It's going to go back into charities. It's going to go back into stuff that matters, and I think that's what's important.
So if you are interested in unique, cool-looking hockey gear that sparks conversation,
Sure.
It gives back to the community and eventually could raise some money for some great causes.
Absolutely. And I'm certainly open to ideas from people that have good ideas, for
I've got some
shirts
ideas I
or
want to send to you.
Yeah, shirts, sweaters, hats, whatever. We're increasing our amount of stuff we have.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that.
Yeah, so we're trying to get some nicer things. I use locally sourced people for all my embroidery stuff now. I try to get back to Boise if I can, but ideally at the end of the day, it's to just do something cool for beer league players.
It's a nice side hustle.
Yeah, so ArcticKingHockey.com is where you get your stuff, and on Facebook as well. But it's just for those people that like hockey and want to wear some cool stuff that doesn't say Bauer or CCM on it.
Oh, there you go.
So there you go. I like it.
You got anything going on?
Got nothing going on, man.
Yeah.
Living in a crazy world.
Me too. Me
Wear
too.
your masks out in public.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fight the thing, and let's get done with this shit and move on with our lives.
Yeah.
Get back on the ice.
I wear the mask when I'm in spaces where there's other people that I don't know, and if you see me hiking in the foothills, I probably will not have a mask on, but I'm respectful of others and I stay away from others. As a matter of fact, I've been doing that since I was 15 years old. I can't help it if you're coming at me, but I do try to avoid people. So I second that emotion.
Yep, absolutely. All
Be
right.
safe.
Yeah. Be safe.
Cool.
See you in a month.
All right.
Holy shit. I'm dying.